Beautiful country of Ireland.
Can we just say up the Ra before we get this going?
All right, we'll start with up the Ra.
Yeah, we'll just say up the Ra.
1, 2, 3. Up the
Up
Ra.
the prots.
Up the Ireland.
Up the Ra.
Up the countrymen.
I love Ireland, man. I love the hurling. I love the GAA.
I do like the drinking. I like the
drinking.
I like the drinking. What's the difference?
I like the chicken rolls.
Yeah, that's like a huge part of their culture that they don't talk about abroad.
Don't forget to turn off the immersion.
Hey, I'm gonna write a bit about that. You think I can make a career off that? All right, Dan.
All right, James.
All right, Dan.
All right. Hello.
Well, hello there. No, this is the real me. Like, hello, Dan. Hello,
Hello.
Puppet. I got a bottle of whiskey.
Hello.
A
So
cup of
today
tea.
we're talking about Ireland.
So we thought we'd do that in an Australian/English accent. I can't.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I like to take your potatoes.
Right, we're here to talk about Ireland.
I don't even know where those accents went. They went all over the world.
Y'all
They,
sound the same to me. What?
Yeah. All right, fucking American accent over here, man. You can't say that shit.
We don't have
can't say
we don't
that
have nasal
shit,
pathways in
dude.
America.
Dude.
What? Oh my God! It's like it's so much different to Boston.
No, you can't say that. At least European countries have culture, and America has no culture.
That is our culture, though. No culture.
The culture is killing people.
Hello. And we're very proud of that. I wonder where we learned that from. That's not true. We also try to evade taxes. We're very good at dodging that.
Oh yeah, you're good at rich people. You do rich people very
And we're
well.
also very good at coming over to Ireland.
Yeah, that's true.
Our culture is
That's a
talking
nice
about all other
segue.
cultures we
That's
saw.
a nice segue, because we're talking about Ireland today for
Yes,
an hour. Which because we announced this podcast. We announced it officially, which is good that we did that.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you for
should have
everyone who
done
started
that.
listening
Stop,
as a result.
Don't stop it, James.
I'm just saying
How
thank you.
often do I have to tell you? Don't do this professional bullshit.
I'm just saying
Don't
thank you.
do this all. Oh, thank you for listening.
I like how he's like,
Oh,
I was like,
thanks for
hey,
giving
thank
us
you,
this
listeners.
opportunity.
James, I told you not to do that.
No
Wanna
one
be
cares.
nice? Oh my God. All right, fine. Fuck you
No one
guys.
gives a shit.
Fuck everyone. All right, is that better, Dan?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry about that.
That's more the spirit of the show.
That is true. That is very Ireland-esque.
Yeah. So, anyways, hello. We are talking about Ireland today because we released a podcast. This is where it was going, and we got 100 listeners in the first 24 hours, which is cool. And of those
Dan,
100,
don't do that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's so unprofessional, dog. You fuck.
Unfortunately, 100 of you fucking dickheads decided to listen to this
There you
shitty
go.
podcast.
Because apparently that's what we're going for.
And like 96 of them were from Ireland, so we thought we should pander.
I'm actually like shocked that 4 of them weren't in Ireland. Like,
One was Australia, one was America, and one was Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's just like our families probably watching.
True. Yeah. I'm gonna get a very disappointed call from who's in America. Oh my God, my Floridian friend I talked shit about.
Oh, maybe it's Split Go Fuck Yourself.
Or maybe Skip Acid Driver.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's getting back to me. Hey man, don't talk about that shit.
Oh, yeah, it could be Spliff Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I hope so. I need him back in my life. You have a home if you come over here, Spliff, go fuck yourself.
Hey, James, what do you think of this? Imagine Spliff Go Fuck Yourself as a British brother, and he's
What?
he's like, hello, my name's Spliff Bugger Off.
Split bugger off. My name is Spliff Nonce, and I'm here to deal drugs.
Hello,
and
it's
play
Spliff
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bugger Off.
Split bugger off.
We
I hope so.
we keep doing a British accent because we want to introduce the concept of Britishness to this podcast, as it's a podcast about Ireland.
And you can't do that without English interference.
Yeah, and Britishness and Ireland, they go hand to hand. Can you speak to your mic again there, James, for me?
I can speak right into it.
That's perfect. I'm just making sure we're not wasting our time recording this podcast.
Well, you can say that recording our podcast is a waste of time. Hey-o.
That is true. Yeah, technically always wasting our time. But we want to pander to the Irish people for an hour, so we're going to pander to you now. Up the Ra.
Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Up the Ra.
Up the
What's the
Ra Ra, oh la la.
Up the Rathmore. I feel like you just stop spelling the rest of the word.
So we should talk about Ireland then, should we? What do you know? What's the first word that pops into your mind when you think of Ireland, James?
It's got to be passport.
Passport. That's a good one. It's got a strong passport. It's got a powerful passport.
It's a solid passport.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a piece of it. No, but no, as I mentioned in past podcasts, I am half Irish, so I've like, I have a bit of like a longer experience with it. Yeah, that's it. Well, fucking, you're pandering to me now, actually. So I represent the listeners. Believe it or not,
I'm 50% Irish.
Yeah, man. My mom is from Yogle.
Hello.
Hello, I'm from Yole. We go to the clock tower and the beach. It's great.
I am not 50% Irish. And the first word that pops to my mind when I think of Ireland is is
that
probably like rural.
That is most fit. Yeah, I'd give you that.
Rural.
I'd give you that.
How do you pronounce that? Rural.
I think both.
Rural.
Start saying like, run down and then just have a seizure.
No. Anyways, the way
that's fair. I opt to not have a seizure, actually.
No, I won't do that. I have a bit of dignity left. I'm thinking about Ireland, right? And when I think about Ireland, I think of a small country that doesn't have many people in it. I think of people who are very proud.
Mm-hmm.
I think Irish people are very proud. I think of a country where it's consistently been on the receiving end of shit. Like Ireland's like you know the episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob and Patrick getting married, and then one of them turns to the nagging housewife and the other one turns to the worker.
Yeah.
And Ireland's like Patrick in that episode. Every day Ireland's like.
I thought Ireland's more like SpongeBob.
SpongeBob the worker?
Yeah. No, SpongeBob's the one actually looking after the baby and everything.
Ireland's like SpongeBob then, just taking shit at home all day.
And then England's like Patrick.
Yeah.
This is what I get for working overtime.
Overtime.
They're talking about that's SpongeBob's take on the 1918 the troubles.
Because Ireland was like, people in Ireland were like chilling for ages. Like they were just chilling.
Well, should we start back with as far back as we know and like work our way
wherever
forward?
You want. We don't know anything.
Well, no, because like even
we don't know anything. Let's just talk about.
No, I got a few like tidbits. I mean, like think about the days of the Vikings.
You got a few facts.
A few tidbits.
You got a few facts we could hunt.
A little bit, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. My name's Fitzgerald. I'm from Sweden. I'm actually from Sweden. No, but like the thing is, though, it's like they were actually getting pillaged by the Vikings before the English, conquered England and stuff like that. So they were just like just a small, quiet sort of island for their whole history that were just constantly getting just bullied by other people on the coast. So they ran into like the rural bits.
Yeah, well, they weren't in the beginning. They were just fucking chilling, weren't they? Because human beings on Ireland were just chilling. They were like chilling, like they weren't really getting bothered by anybody
except each other.
There was a
lot of wars going on between all the kings of Ireland.
They were bothering each other, but like the Vikings didn't go to Ireland. The Vikings went to England.
No, they went to Ireland.
They went to Ireland.
In Tralee, actually, it used to be a Saxon settlement, actually. And in fact, the name Fitzgerald, if I'm not mistaken, like anything with Fitz is actually a Saxon origins.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you don't know anything about it. No, but like apparently that's what it is. Like Tralee was
I'm 50% Irish. I can tell you.
Which means I know 50. Well, half these facts are accurate.
Irish. I can tell you.
Well, as a Cork man myself, I figured no, but
all I know is Irish history and that America's the good guys.
So great, we're on the same page. Anyway, no, like there was a bunch of like Irish settlements and stuff like that were like getting pillaged and whatnot. But then again, like before that, if you go to like the Irish like myths of like Kilcullen and stuff like that, they say that the Ireland.
Kilcullen.
Whatever. Kilcullen. That's a good rap name.
I like how some Irish places are called Kill, though. I get why you're confused, because you have like Kill Britain.
I was going to say that. That's my favorite Irish town name.
Kill Britain is a good one.
They are not hiding. They're not hiding the thoughts at all.
Irish towns as well, but I like that way in the back history now, because I agree. They didn't really bother anybody, and then they got bothered by England a lot, and they took all of their potatoes.
That's jumping forward a little bit.
No, I don't give a shit. I jump straight to the potatoes.
Well, that's the big one for sure.
Oliver Cromwell came over and said no potatoes.
Oh, Walter Raleigh as well. Walter Raleigh was the guy that brought over tobacco and potatoes to Ireland. He also killed a lot of Irish people. So it's like,
Yeah, a lot of them did. So did St. Patrick, man. St. Patrick was a horrible dude.
Jesus.
St. Patrick came over and he was like, you have to become a Christian or you get fucking...
So the snakes from Ireland, he was
That was
just talking about just his disagreeables.
Yeah, that was pagans, like.
Oh,
the
God.
snakes are just pagans. Because snakes are the symbol of the devil in the Bible. So when he casts out the snakes, he casts out the non-believers.
Jesus Christ. So like that's like the witch trials in the States, but like way before, just way more rule.
I guess the witch trials in the States were a bit more gossipy, because the witch trials in the States were like people going like,
Becky's a bitch,
Yeah.
aka bitch, witch.
Yeah.
And I just,
Steven didn't bring up the recycling yesterday. I think he's a witch.
And then it's like, oh, Jerry did bring out the recycle. I think he's hiding something.
It's
Which?
completely off topic.
Oh,
But,
but yeah, but no, like there was a lot of persecution
no,
in Ireland.
I want to be off topic. You ever watch The Crucible?
No.
The movie about the witch trials. Great movie. Anyways, back to Ireland.
Okay.
What's with that face?
Okay. I want to be off topic. Goes off topic.
We
Okay.
have to talk about movies and stuff sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ. I was lukewarm on it.
Anyways, cool, Colin.
Passion of the Christ, more like Fashion of the Christ, aka garbage. Anyway.
So in Ireland, they didn't have any potatoes because Walter Riley or whatever the fuck.
No, they did have potatoes because of Walter Riley.
Whatever, no one cares. And then
I'm sure some of the Irish, I feel like the Irish listeners, they're not sure whose ass they want to kick more at this point. They're like, all right, you guys are both going down.
I think as long as you say fuck the Brits, you understand their history, right?
That is true.
That's what
That's
it
like
boils
the
down to,
overarching
yeah.
theme we want to get
As long as you're like
across.
fuck the British, they were like, yeah, they get it.
So for health and safety reasons, we should pepper that in like once every 5 minutes.
Abzara.
Okay, so where do you want to start up then with the with Ireland?
Well, I think we already started. I just don't know the details. I sometimes hear about like Irish mythology and stuff going on in Ireland, and
Well, because you've done a few cool projects on that. Did you
Yeah.
get any takeaway about Ireland Irish mythology?
no.
Good talk, Dan. That is one cool thing that I've kind of learned since I came over here. It's like
Yeah.
everyone knows about like the Greek mythology and the Greek mythos, but it's like Ireland has its own mythology that's like just as expansive.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's actually cool to kind of get into. I like the one. What's his name again? Kilcullen.
Cuchulainn is cool. Yeah.
I like the
Cuchulainn
story
is
about
cool.
how he fucking threw the rock over to Scotland because there was this giant.
I know a bit about Cuchulainn because Cuchulainn keeps killing his own family members, and that's pretty funny.
I know.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to be the family member of Cuchulainn. You don't live long.
Very small family gatherings and
The-
very
the
infrequent.
giant thing, he picks up the piece of land, he throws it, and that's the Isle of Man.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
way he picked up is a lake.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah, our friend Chris McShane, who was a guest on the podcast, has a bit about that.
And I'm not gonna lie that like it was pretty alpha of him to do that, but he was way off.
Yeah.
Like his aim of shit. Like
Yeah, and I love that story. I love the one about his family members dying is my favorite Cuchulainn stories now because they're always so good. Like the one about his son turning into a crow. I think it's a crow. His son turns into some sort of bird anyways, and
Mhm.
son flies over to Cuchulainn's house, and Cuchulainn's like, who the fuck is that crow? And he just fucking kills it instantly. And then he realizes it's his son. He's like, what have I done?
Crow, no.
And Cuchulainn was a dog.
I wouldn't
He was a
rule that
dog at
off.
some point.
I
Because
wouldn't-
he it was a similar story. He walked up to someone's house, right? He just knocked on the front door, and the dog was back. And whoa, 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 who's this? So Cuchulainn just fucking kills the dog. And then he goes into the house, and the guy's like, oh, Cuchulainn, how are you doing? Because I'm doing well. Just killed your dog out there, bro. And the guy's like, that's not nice. I needed the dogs. So Cuchulainn's like, that's all right, man. I'll be your dog for a while. And he's like, my dog. And then he puts Cuchulainn in chains, and he gets him to be his dog.
He's like,
Yeah, he's his dog for a while. He puts him at the door, and every time the postman comes by, Cuchulainn goes, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never been so lukewarm on like a mythological hero because he's so badass, but like he's also pretty fucked up. But then he like kind of half tries to fixes the mess.
Yeah.
I killed your dog. Oh, obviously I'll be your dog. It's
I'm
like
your
that's one
dog,
way
man.
to fix it.
I'm your dog. You know I'm your
I'm your
dog,
dog.
man.
Maybe we need to look into the text. Maybe that's what he means. Like he was actually his boy.
He just killed another one of his friends.
You killed my crow. I'll be your crow.
Cuchulainn is cool, man. People need to know more about Cuchulainn. He's a bit like Irish fucking Hercules, I guess. He's cool.
Yeah, and
He
then
fucks shit up.
and then he turns into like the Hulk as well. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool how they kind of called the Hulk sort of
He
like
gets
superhero before,
Yeah, he gets
like way back when.
He gets into bloodlust.
And he
gets-
turns like double the size, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he gets into bloodlust. He gets into killing sprees, and he just murders shit.
I like to think that's just like alcoholism or something like that. Like just when he
Mm.
gets drunk, he just gets twice as angry.
We watched a performance. We watched a fire spinning performance
That was sick.
of a part of the Cuchulainn Smith at a pagan festival. We should probably explain this. We're watching.
We're number one. We're really cool.
We're watching a firebending performance as a pagan festival. Okay, now now that I've explained what we're doing.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was pretty quick, actually.
On to the next one. We should explain.
It was cool though, because he had the Cuchulainn's sword is on fire doing a bit, and he had like a sword, and he doused it in petrol, and then he lit the sword on fire.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool as shit, man.
Yeah, I remember. Oh man, yeah, that was a really cool sort of festival. I couldn't hear him very much, but like I was just so more caught up on like the fire.
Do you remember when we talked to the performer afterwards?
Yeah, he was like emotional. Like it really actually hit home with him.
We went up to the dude because we were like, oh, let's say he did a good job. That was awesome. And then as we went up to him, we were like, oh, awesome, man. Cuchulainn sounds so cool, man. That was really cool. And he went, he's not cool. He killed his blood brother. And then he had to walk off for a while because he was like so in the role. Yeah. That was fucking intense, man.
That is true. But then
shout out that guy. That dude was in the role.
Yeah, man. Oh, he got lost in the role for sure. There.
Shout out that guy.
Yeah, I suppose that's pretty compelling though. Where it's like, then why, that begs the question: like, he wasn't that cool. You made him seem pretty cool. Like you got a flaming pole and just said how cool he was for 45 minutes.
You made a good dog.
Yeah, made him sound pretty cool. I don't know.
Hello, this Cuchulainn fella.
He's quite a rascal. He's quite a ruffian.
So Cuchulainn and the Irish High Kings. That's that timeline, right? Mm-hmm. Because you can still find the ring forts and stuff from that time.
And that was supposed to be in like the Dark Ages, I'm assuming, where it's like 0 to like 1000 AD. I'm guessing.
But I don't know. Don't start saying time frames, or some history professor is gonna be like, this is fucked.
Well, let him right in.
Let him fucking in, man. Yeah, we don't care. We don't
let him expose himself as a nerd.
We don't give a shit about days.
We're very general on this podcast. Yeah. Somewhere between 0 AD and 45
0
minutes
AD
ago.
to 45.
And 45 minutes ago. Yeah. Somewhere between then.
Let's make sure we speak right into the mic like this as well, because the last podcast we did, it cuts out like once during the hour-long podcast, and some autistic motherfucker listening to this podcast is gonna find that timestamp and message it to me. That's our whole audience. And then we're gonna get another complaint about the podcast, and I don't want to deal with that shit. You don't want to deal with that shit.
Oh, I don't mind. No, but fair enough. This just feels interesting. But anyway, back to...
Wait, you could be like a rapper, dude. You could be like, hey, welcome to the podcast.
Yo, man, this is 8 kilometer.
Welcome to the podcast with Dan and James.
Yo, this is fucking 12.2 kilometer.
Did it the wrong way around. But Dan and James, we're talking about Ireland.
Yo.
What do you guys know about Ireland?
Hello. We're about to drop a sick beat. We're about to spit some hard bars.
Hello.
Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh god, this is
this one right here is a real humdinger.
Oh, this is a real hootenanny, I tell you.
This is a real hootenanny right here, everybody.
Okay, no. So, all right.
Wait, can we like do the podcast like this, like we're rapping
the whole time?
Yeah. So the thing about
Joe Cullen is that he wasn't a cool guy. He makes me cry. Makes me lie on the floor. Wanna die.
This guy had the G. His real name is Clarence.
And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage.
Do the mic drop but catch the mic. We can't. Dad, the listeners won't know what I did. So I did.
The listeners have no idea how cool we are. And there's only gonna be
Daniel dropped the mic. That was very loud there. I was like, Daniel dropped the mic.
Daniel dropped the ball.
So the High Kings, they built the ring forts. They kill each other for a while. They like rape each other and shit. And then after that, sometime after that, the Brits come along. And the Brits are like, this is nice.
So 800 years. So what is that, 1916?
Don't just say fucking
buzzwords. No, working backwards though. 800 years. So
800
starting
years.
backwards from 1916. That means that the English started fucking around 1100 AD.
Yeah.
They started dicking around 1100. Right after William the Conqueror.
Duh, what a coincidence, man. That's 1100 years after Jesus was born.
I know. And that was like 2500 years before Buddha.
Oh my god.
It all goes back to Buddha.
Neither are real. And then the thing is that the Brits come over and they're like, we own this now, right? And the Irish are like, nah. They like fight them really heavily at the start. Like at the start they really fight back, but the Brits are like, Well, we have a lot of like swords and metal and guns. And,
Bows and arrows.
yeah.
They fucked everybody up with the longbow.
And the Irish are like, we have fur and pelts.
Yeah, well, we have a good time.
And sometimes we put a rock on a stick.
Well, we have cool parties. We have sick pubs.
The British have like a standing national army that they send into Ireland, and Ireland doesn't have a government.
Ireland's army is sitting down.
Yeah. Ireland doesn't have a government. Like they just loose.
It's just a collection of tribes, so it was all very
a
like you know.
loose group of travelers. I shouldn't say travelers.
And I don't think they were traveling either. I think they stayed where they are.
They're not travelers as in the modern sense. They were like
that's
vagabonds.
Our next podcast episode.
Yeah. They were like, but you know what I mean. They were like vagabonds. The Irish. They would travel from settlement to settlement to settlement, constantly. They would constantly move. They weren't really like settled. And the British just came and completely took advantage of that and just took over the place. And put them into plantations and slavery, and you wouldn't know anything about slavery now. That wouldn't be something you'd know about, but that's what they would do.
Well, the big one that gets me is like this is like jumping ahead a bit, but like apparently Ireland used to be a completely wooded, like a wooded place with like I think elm trees or whatnot,
Yeah.
but that was used to build the English fleets.
Oh,
So like everywhere you see now was all wood, but they chopped it all down. They're like, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's that's mine now.
I'm not surprised, man. There's all this cool shit that the original Irish people used to like. There's so many caves where they used to live in that you could still go visit. There's so many like cool ring forts
Yeah.
that the Brits just kind of took over and turned into castles. And then once the Brits got kicked out, the Irish just took over the castles again.
Until the English came back and it's like that's ours again. Like the one that gets me so much is like you know in Limerick the castle there. Number one, I did a tour of Limerick when I was studying there a few years ago.
Yeah.
Number one, the tour of Limerick is basically just so many people dying. Like,
Yeah.
they'd be like, this is the location of the 1784
And then
revolt.
you start the tour.
Literally, yeah, exactly. We didn't even start the tour yet. No, but you go around the city, it's just like, this is where the revolts of 1742, this is the revolts of 22, and this is where our library is, where there was also a revolt. It's
Hello,
like, fuck.
this is Limerick.
And you know, one of my favorite facts about Limerick was like the other day.
That's actually a good joke. The tour of Limerick, there's just loads of people dying. And then you start the tour.
And then I think I'll do that. Yeah, that's very good.
Write it down. Write
it down. That's a good bit. Everyone, all the listeners, that's my joke.
Yeah, all the listeners.
No,
Hey,
but
Harry, don't take that joke.
exactly. No, but one thing I do like about that is like you know, there's like the castle in Limerick, and they finished it in like let's say 1580. 1581 cannons were invented, making that castle useless.
Oh fuck!
Like literally, there was like a few revolts where they took over the castle. Like that's it. As soon as England rolled up with one castle, they either gave up immediately or they fired like a few volleys, and they're like, all right.
Hey, I was checking. I have to go to Caja Savine later. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Wow.
You're following a precedent.
Daniel checked his phone, and James took the phone and threw it on the floor. I have to go to Caja Savine later.
Cara Haveen.
I need to know when Dave is picking me up.
What's Cara
It's a
Haveen?
place in South Kerry where we're doing a fucking gig.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But Cara Haveen. What's the history of Cara Haveen?
I don't know. I've never been.
We're doing well. That's another bit of the podcast. We go places we have no idea what's going on.
What were we talking about?
Revolts getting put down, violence, English takeover.
You were banging on about Limerick or something.
I did Limerick for a bit. Oh,
hello.
hey, what's up, Jack?
Hi, Jack.
So, like, did you know that 70% of people don't realize that there's a man living in their walls? Like, that's like most people, you know? Like, I guess most people just don't care. Maybe they just don't see the man as a threat, or maybe perceiving him makes it real, you know? Is it better to live in ignorance than facing the truth sometimes?
Thank you, Jack.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Jack Kirby.
Okay,
Thank
and
you,
really
Jack
quickly, what's wrong
Kirby.
with Limerick though?
So the thing about the
Yeah, why did you care? Why you don't want to hear about Limerick
and
at all?
the problem is that it's
That's
you
a
were
part of
just
my
kinda-
experience. I could throw some stuff out
Yeah,
about
but you were
Limerick.
just banging on about like a very random part of Irish history that no one is gonna care about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this part was this whole podcast about random Irish history that we know.
Okay, look. Can we just get Jack back in here? Like that was better than this shit.
Don't tell me just the rest of the episode.
I think the most interesting part of Irish history though is when the boys from the IIA boys
Now we're
when
getting into it.
when they come in and they just go fuck everything up and they take the country back. That's the best part, man.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, all right, so we're talking about the OG Michael Collins, who is a divisive character, but he was fucking.
Was he? I
Leading
mean,
the
he's
charge?
liked down here.
He's divisive, where it's like some people like him,
He's
some people
not
don't like.
divisive down here. His divisive up in the north because the north blames him for.
Really? Because I
Giving
thought he was
Brits the
killed down
country.
here, but I don't know.
He was killed down here, but people here really like him, dude. There's like 3 statues of him in town.
That is true. One on a bike, one next to the Imperial
Yeah.
Hotel, and I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, he's very popular down. He's not divisive in this part of the country. He's divisive up north.
Just in general, like because the point about that was like he didn't get the full Ireland into it. He kind of stopped
yeah,
short.
but the thing that happened was that he wanted to end the war. That was like open war. And the only way he could end the war is if he said, oh, we get half the country now, and then we'll get the rest later. And so he discusses with the Brits further. And the IA was so mad, some parts, the non-treaty people, they were so mad at it that they started fucking shit up during the negotiations. And that's when he got executed, got shot.
you got him.
Yeah.
They got him with that.
I think that's probably the right choice, though, man. He just wanted people to stop getting fucking shot because the Brits were like shooting up GA matches and shit.
But the thing is, though, the divisiveness comes from there was like the IRA in Dublin who were like hoarding all the money and the weapons, and then the court guys down here, or like in general the South, they wanted more weapons and more fighting, and they wanted to do more of it. So they thought like he's hogging all the action. So I think there was this one time like they actually had to go on their own to try and get their own weapons and like weapons and money and stuff like that. So when they just finally got like a huge shipment of weapons, they could do their own initiative. That's when they stopped short. So they're like, "Oh, come on, we were just about to get started here."
Yeah, but he just wanted to stop people shooting at each other, really.
They were like, "Oh,"
That was his
and then the
plan.
South were just like, "We wanted to shoot
Yeah,
people. We
yeah.
haven't shot anyone yet."
Well, it's people in the north are more mad at him from my experience. Like, it's just my personal experience, but like, every time I go to Belfast and stuff, people there really don't like Michael Collins. And down here, people really like him.
I haven't been up to the north though, so like, cause I don't know the vibe of that. I've only
But
mainly
I haven't
been
been
down
up
there.
there either. I've just gotten DMs.
Oh shit, really?
Every time I post anything about Michael Collins, I get a few Northern Irish people being like, well, I hope you know he gave away our county. And
So
I'm
wait,
like-
they wanted to be a part of. So what do
And then every time I'm like, well, if you'd stop fucking whining about it. me.
just keep your mouth shut. Well, no, but like, so I don't know. So I'd be curious to ask around. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like,
Michael
what
Collins
is the
got
north?
assassinated. Well, that's what happened if you keep running your,
fucking mouth. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Get him.
Hello, it's Spliff Bagger Off.
That's who got him.
Yeah, that's
Spliff
who
Bagger
got him.
Off.
It was Spliff Bagger Off.
No,
And
like,
then he emigrated to America, and a few generations down the line, Spliff Fuck Yourself is his ancestor. And
that's
he
the
sold you
Americanized.
weed.
That's the
Yeah.
Americanized version. When they got to like Ellis Island, they're like,
Yeah.
what's your last
Ellis
name?"
Island.
You're like, "Fuck
Bagger
yourself."
Off.
Well, not that. Well, no. That. Do you know how to spell it? No, but I know how to spell "go fuck yourself." And then he's like, "Perfect." He said that like sarcastically, but then he just put that down, and it's like, "Oh, that's how you made the clan go fuck yourself."
The real tragic shit was the plantations and stuff. No, that was when they were enslaving Irish people, and they're like, go work the plantations. And the landlords would come in and they would just like take houses of Irish people.
Well, it's fucked up how they did it like generationally, because like there were like rich Irish landowners, but like what happened is like they would have like 8 kids
Yeah.
divided up. 8 kids had 8 kids divided up. So these huge plantations were just like all like distilled
Yeah,
down.
but the rich Irish landowners were the people who were like working with the Brits. No,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, though, like, so they had it kind of good, but then 2 generations later, their farm is divided up to 32 different sections.
Yeah,
The English could buy that
but
easier
even when
than
they
they could do
had
that.
it good, there was like 90% of the rest of the country was being enslaved.
They took the soup.
Yeah,
They took the soup.
Thank you.
That's how Republican Dan is. He's allergic to the soup.
I am. I don't have an O in my name, so I took the soup.
Dan O. Lucas.
Daniel O. Lucas.
Dan O. Lucas. Jesus, that's a Republican he is. He's just like, this whole conversation is just
Dan Lucas.
Daniel O. Lucas. No, but I do like how that kind of permeates. Like the thing, like Ireland nowadays, I think they're kind of like there's so much of both. They're both the happiest or like up for the crack people, but they're also just as miserable. But it's like they're happy about how miserable they are, or they're kind of just like, sure, you might as well get on with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I've never seen like a culture strike that line so perfectly as the Irish people have.
That's so. I guess we could talk about modern Ireland now that we talked about out of our ass.
Yeah. We have an hour to fill here, so I was just kind of like, let's just
no clue what we're talking about. But I think modern Ireland is like, as a country, it's quite miserable. People are quite miserable,
but they're so happy about how miserable they are.
The country is nice, it's lovely, and people are really nice, but people are very
like, I've never seen a culture that's like so utterly content with having no closure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they're like, anytime you talk to Irish people about their history, they will like, and every single one of them can list in detail all the trials that they've ever gone through since the beginning of their history. But then they'll finish it off with being like, but sure, look, what are you gonna do? Like, I'm like, okay.
The Brits also kind of won, you know. That's what's very sad about it, is that now you got all these rich people running the place, like. So it's kind of like the Croats have taken over in the end.
A bit, yeah, but that's not specifically like English. That's just general greed.
Yeah, but like the Leo Varadkars and Simon Harrises of the world, like they're way more the spirit of what the British were trying to do with Ireland. They're trying to exploit Ireland.
Yeah,
for
it's the same thing. Like we don't like that. We don't like what the English are doing. We want to do it.
Yeah.
We don't like that the English are doing it. We want to do it.
We don't like how the English are using exploitive landlords to.
That's the same in the States, though, where it's just like, we don't want taxation without representation. And now you go over there, there's taxation without representation, among other things.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I don't know. I'm just bringing the American thing into it.
Stop making everything about America. No one cares. No one gives a shit about America.
Excuse me. We have one listener, actually, who is dying for that.
We have one American listener.
Finally, something for me.
Hey, shout out to Kyle.
Trevor.
Shout out to Trevor.
No, Spliff, go fuck yourself. Got you, bro.
Oh, it must be him. I think I like the pub culture in Ireland. I think that's really cool about it.
100%.
If you ever go to Ireland, there's like every city, every street has like fucking 14 pubs. We were just talking about this where you live, right? Me and Jack were talking about this on the walk over. Sorry, I don't know Jack. Who's Jack?
Yeah, that was weird.
Over, we were talking about this where like this whole area where you live is pretty barren. There's like nothing here. It's just houses and bus stations. But then there's one road that has like 7 pubs in a row. And that's it. As soon as you get off the road, there's nothing else. Yeah. Just one road with like 7, 8 pubs just right next to each other.
Yeah. They just realized this is fucked up lane.
Yeah.
This is Hangover Avenue.
You get like 7 pubs and you get like 4 cafes and a restaurant, and that's like all the metropolitanism of this area.
And they all have their own local scene in there as well. The locals have been coming in there forever.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go to that pub, even though it's the exact same.
It's the
just
exact
2 meters
same.
to the left.
Oh, the people there are weird. It's just the same people.
Exactly. Yeah. And then one thing I do like, and you know, it's a good place for this is Galway, where it's just like, it's the one of the places where like you can walk into any pub and there will be like just authentic Irish sing-songs going on. I really like that aspect of Irish pub culture.
Yeah, the acoustic music is pretty nice here. I just don't, you know, I think music is a shit art form, you know.
Yeah,
it's not as good as comedy.
Yeah, exactly. 2 hours of beautiful music. Really, what's your take on airline food? That's talent.
Man. Like I don't know, man. The musician boys. I was listening to Chancer Diaries, Aaron and Dave's podcast, and they were talking about how like an acoustic musician will play 2 hours of music in a pub, and he'll get paid like €250. You know. I'm just thinking, why don't you just get someone up to talk about the ex?
Yeah, it's way more entertaining and engaging.
Masturbation jokes for 2 hours and pay him the $250. What's the problem?
What's the deal with airline food for 2 hours? Yeah. How was the pub last night? Amazing, dude.
Amazing, man.
Oh my god, this one guy talked about Simon Harris, and it's like, finally, someone said it for 4 straight hours.
I guess we could talk about the state of the country, you know. This used to be a country.
Oh, that's you, though. You know a lot more. You inform me about the state of the country. I know the state of this street.
Yeah, the 7 pubs.
Yeah, exactly. They're thinking about building an 8th.
Yeah. Well, as we currently live in Ireland right now, it's under Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael government. They're splitting and they're swapping the Taoiseach in and out. Leo's just stepped back. Simon Harris is the Taoiseach. That's the current thing.
How did he get elected?
Nobody has a
he
house.
He didn't get elected though. How did he get? I don't even
Because
understand that.
The way it works, right? Is
It's like
that,
wrestling. Can you just tag someone in?
Yeah, no. The way it works is that you don't, in a real democracy, not in whatever bullshit's going on in America. In a real democracy, you don't vote for people. You vote for parties. So you give your vote to Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil or Sinn Féin or the Social Democrats. You don't vote for the person. You vote for the party. And then the party gets to decide who leads the country, right? So what happens is all the parties will go, hey, this is the person we're going to make Taoiseach if you vote for us. And that's why you have the people on the posters, but your vote isn't going to that person. It's going to the party. And because Fine Gael has the most seats with Fianna Fáil together, they have the most seats. Once Leo Varadkar retired, they can just put someone else in to replace him because they're still elected.
Quick idea though, if they
Yeah.
wanted to get younger people into voting, stop calling it party and start calling it sessions.
Sessions is a good idea.
I'm
man.
going, I'm voting for the Fine Gael sesh. It's
I
supposed
think
to be
we
fucking
should.
sick.
I think we should start our own political party and just call it the Sesh.
The sesh,
Yeah,
the
vote
sesh
for the
party,
Sesh.
the
Free
sesh party,
yokes.
free yokes.
Free yokes. Vote for the Sesh.
Everyone who's in prison for yokes, we get them back out to do the Lord's work.
Free yokes.
Free yokes, but the jokes cost. Yeah,
Cannabis isn't legalized. It's free.
but still illegal.
You have to smoke.
You can get it for free, but
it's still illegal.
Yeah, exactly. You get it for free, but it's still illegal. If we catch you,
If we catch you smoking cannabis, you get shot in the fucking head.
that's a fucking interesting policy. That
Yeah.
keeps everyone on their toes. Just fuck.
Well, it's good to keep people on their toes. That's what's happening though. They're in charge, and Sinn Féin actually got the most votes during the last election.
And that's the IRA party. Is
Oh,
that correct?
Jesus, James.
Am I right? I don't know.
Technically, they're all the IRA party because all the political parties in Ireland are born out of the IRA. Like, for example, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, and we're talking about Michael Collins signing that treaty with the Brits to give away the 6 counties. The party he was part of was Fine Gael. The people who weren't in favour of the treaty from Fianna Fáil. And that's why those two parties even exist.
So-
Sinn Féin
Yeah.
is born of the provisional IRA, which was the IRA that was active in like the 80s.
Ooh, those guys were
Yeah.
real. Oh, like Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Yeah, Patriot games. Ooh.
Sean Bean.
Yeah, that guy. Whew,
Yeah,
that-
like Sean
those guys
Bean.
were not playing around.
Like Sean Bean. And that's where Sinn Féin is born from. But nowadays, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are like the centrist parties, you know? Like Fine Gael is like centre right, Fianna Fáil is centre left. And then Sinn Féin would be like a little bit more left than Fianna Fáil. And then you have stuff like Social Democrats or People Before Profits, which are very far left. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for that,
'Cause
man.
Ireland in general leans very left, in general.
He's far left. Where is it now?
Well,
Is it
no,
far
it
right?
doesn't lean far left at all. No country in the world is far left. That doesn't exist, but it leans left.
America's pretty left.
What fucking world is America
On the
left?
globe. You gotta turn left to get there,
I
bud.
always have to go with the old saying of being like, in a European country, the Democrats in America would be right wing, and the Republicans would be illegal.
That's a very good way of putting it.
They
Oh
wouldn't
my-
be allowed to be carrying on like that.
Are criminals.
They'd be criminals.
Oh man.
But it's bad enough here as well, man. Like, I don't want to make it sound too nice in Ireland because they have the Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil people. They're like pretty much exclusively stocked with landlords and property owners. Those parties, which is why like the housing crisis has gotten so bad because having them vote on like rent caps or like making housing more affordable is like having a group of toddlers vote on when bedtime should be, you know? Like, they're very self-motivators. Like,
I feel like you could have gone with a harder analogy there. It's just like, oh, these goddamn babies.
Yeah, but
babies.
imagine you have a
They're
group-
running the country in the ground, these babies.
imagine you have a group of babies, so you make them vote on how much ice cream people
All right,
should
don't say
eat,
that
okay?
because I want to vote for the babies.
No.
I totally vote for a baby.
Imagine you have a group
in
of-
a heartbeat.
Imagine you have a group of open mic comedians and you do a vote on what racial
No more
slurs.
trains.
You have a bunch of open mic comedians. You do a public vote on what racial slurs should be allowed to say.
Okay, yeah, that's you can't do that. That's
Yeah, it'd
all
be
right.
pretty
That's
biased.
speaking my language because I would vote for a baby in a heartbeat. No more plane travel or anything like that. Just purely, or even more planes because they're hungry. You give a lot more funding to Boeing as a result.
It'd be tough if the 9/11 happened while the babies were in charge, because they'd be like, oh, they were just trying to feed the towers.
They didn't open wide.
But that's like, that's what I'm saying, because I don't want to make it sound like it's all fucking great over here, because
No,
it's
no,
not.
I got
Because there is like
I think
big
that's
problems.
where that's just where I am as a person, where I don't get into too much politics in any country, because I
Yeah.
kind of see like there's the same trends everywhere, where it's just like, let me guess, the people in power are a bunch of bastards. The people that should be in power can't get their shit together. There's a Green Party that does fucking nothing, and there's always like one guy who is essentially a racist.
Yeah.
That is just not racist enough to get arrested.
There's
always like, it's the same thing.
the
It's
big
like, oh,
di-
these are your guys'
the big
people.
difference in Ireland is, I think Ireland is a bit like Germany. They remind me of each other, where in America, right? In America, the politicians are pretty fucking obvious. Like, they don't really hide their intentions. It's pretty mask off. Like, the Republicans will just straight up be like, we should kill gay people and eliminate tax.
And 50% of the
Yeah.
people are like, my
And
country.
then the Democrats are pretty much straight up like, hey, we're not as bad as those guys. And that's like all it is. But in Ireland,
They're
people...
like 85% is bad, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they just take
But
off
like,
that
that's
bit.
all the campaign the Democrats do. They're like, hey, we're not as bad as those. You know, see those guys eating babies? We're not as bad as
I'm pretty
those
sure
guys.
that's how Biden got elected. He's just like, I'm not Trump. But he's like, who are you? I don't know.
That's
but
all
I'm
they
not
do.
Trump.
That's all they do. But meanwhile, in Ireland and in Germany, this happens as well. All the parties, every single party is a liberal. So they all just act like, we want peace and love for everybody. We just want equal rights and love and prosperity and health for everybody, but especially for our friends. But we want it for everybody.
Yes, yeah, that's
yeah.
I don't care for that at all.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like-
care for like the two-facedness of it. You know,
That's what it is. It's very
Canada's very bad for that.
pretend. Yeah,
Canada's
Canada's
very
like that
bad
as
for
well.
that.
Canada's like, most progressive countries are like that because a lot of people are dumb, so you can really easily say shit like that.
They're just like landlords that make eye contact and maybe
Yeah.
shed a tear once a year to kind of make you think that they're a real
And
person.
that's I think that's what I'd say before we end this, is that I think Ireland is a pretty terrible place for young people at the moment. Even though young people in Ireland are class and really creative and really fun, it's like as a system it doesn't work for young people
At all.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's something's got to change. You know.
Like, what are you gonna do if you're a young person? You can either work in a pub and drink all day,
Or go to Canada.
or go to Australia or
Yeah,
Canada.
Australia if you want a tan.
Yeah. Or
If you
like,
want to try to like throw the dice on not getting a sunburn.
but you know what I mean? You can study here. You could go to one of the colleges, and that's fine. But then, like, what are you gonna do? You either get like a job and you start working for Google and Facebook and Amazon or whatever the fucking.com, or you go and you move to Australia. But like, what if someone?
Well, same
wants-
with the States. Like in y'all, for instance, there's like a few. Every small town has like a few
Yeah.
up to dos and everything. But like the few, I'm not saying any names, but there's like a few people that are like, well off in y'all, whatever.
Yeah.
They make their money in the States and come back, type
Yeah.
of thing. Like that's the only way to be successful is to leave.
Yeah.
Like what's
I mean,
wrong with
we
that?
know all about this from doing stand-up comedy. It's like there's just no money. There's just nothing going around.
Unless
like
you're a
they-
fucking musician for 2 hours, or become a musician. That's your only option is become a pub musician.
But even then, you know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
there's no like producer who's like, here, I'm gonna put down $5,000 to produce a sitcom or shit like that. Like shit that happens in America. Like that happens in America every day. There's some
Scheinfeld.
yeah, Scheinfeld.
Schindfeld.
Did you hear Jerry Seinfeld yesterday? He did an interview where he went, "Oh, the reason they're not making any more sitcoms is because of the woke left. It's gotten too woke to make sitcoms." Meanwhile, his buddy Larry David is currently filming the last season of the show Curb Your Enthusiasm, a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Are you stupid?
And did you see what is it? Elon
Always
Musk.
Sunny in Philadelphia still running? It's
Like
a sitcom.
apparently, it's always sunny. Not it's always sunny. Elon Musk is working with Chris Pratt and Mark Wahlberg to come up with an anti-woke media conglomerate.
really?
Yeah. They're going for like, they're going for like,
Jesus.
yeah, man, that's it. We're just going for truth, man.
What a prat.
what a what a real prat. Who was the other?
What
Mark
a prat.
Mark
What a
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. More like Bark Wahlberg.
You know
That
what?
dog.
You know what I'd give him? I'd give him a bad Marky Mark.
Elon Musk not see this.
Elon Musk not watch. Islands.
All right, how about let's end on a good note though.
Islands.
What is all right? We've been here for a few years now. What's your favorite part about it? And on a nice note.
The people.
Yeah.
Irish people are really funny.
100%.
Irish comedy's great.
One thing I like about Irish shows and comedy is like a lot of times like some of the best laughs will come from the audience. Like there'll be good comics doing good, but then like someone's random quip in the audience will be like the biggest laugh of the night.
Yeah,
well earned too, because it's just so like the timing is
That would
perfect.
never happen to me because I'm really funny. But that
because
might
no one
happen
shows up
you.
to your shows.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, zing, high five. Oh. He just threw a foam ball at me.
Dan threw the foam at James.
And James will cry later, but will stay strong now.
I think that's my positive note, is that I think it's a very creative place. I think Irish people are very good with writing and words, and I think it's very fun.
Yeah.
And it's good for a drink.
That's like 5 nice things. Good shit, man.
And I don't mind the weather as much as other people, and I also like all the forests, and there's a good amount of public parks.
Yeah.
And safe schools.
The beaches as well are good.
Yeah.
No, I really like the Irish coast and everything. The cliffs and
That's
more.
like 10
I wish there were
things now.
more.
Oh. There's like
So
10
stupid.
things now.
Yeah.
Every time I'm at a comedy club, there's like tourists from South America, and they always. I've heard this like 4 times now. They always go like, "The Clisamoa."
Yeah, they have to pronounce the H.
The Clisamoa.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. Sorry, carry on. No, I think that's a good note. Yeah, I really like Ireland too. I think there's a lot of cool things there. Still not phasing me, dog.
Didn't flinch again. Fuck
Oh, look
me,
at Dan,
dude.
give it a go.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Well,
That's so
Ireland, thank you so much.
embarrassing.
Thank you so much for welcoming us and everything you guys are doing for us over here. Your problems and all, we love you, and you're gonna keep this shit
still have
going.
to fill 10 minutes.
What? All right. If only we had a random third party to just kind of.
No, we don't. We don't have a random third party.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's
Where do
no
you
one
see the
else
time,
here.
by the way?
Hey, I'm not gonna tell you.
I'm just gonna keep looking until
Oh
I
my
find
god,
it for
this
10
is such
minutes.
an awkward watching experience, dude. This is like 2
Huh?
guys try. Is this thing on?
Hello.
Hello.
We have 10. All right.
Can
we
you
got this.
put your mother on the phone?
Hello. Hello. Are you eating?
Are you
Are you-
eating enough?
How's the rash?
How is it going over there in Australia?
Oh, it's Austria. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I always get those 2 mixed up.
I like. Let's just talk about more Irish shit. What's your favorite Irish food?
Ooh, garlic and cheese chips.
Yeah, I was gonna say taco chip.
You know what I mean? Garlic and cheese chips. They knock me out more than any pill ever could.
Ireland has kind of the takeaway food in Ireland is very, very powerful. I don't know what it is,
and
but it's very powerful.
Oh my God! If you want to experience chaos, go into a takeaway shop at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that is just anarchy.
Drunk Irish people are a bit wild, man.
There's always like a group singing over here, someone's cursing over here, 2 people are shifting, and somehow they still get you your pizza in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my, unsung heroes, the fucking, like, you know, the takeaway delivery people that have to fucking put up with that shit on a daily basis. Like,
Oh, no.
I love that shit as much as the next people, but anytime I go in there, I think to myself, that's enough of this for 6 months.
Yeah, you ever
That's
go?
enough anarchy for.
Drunk Irish people are a bit anarchic, man. Like if you ever been on a bus late at night that goes from like the
Yep.
city somewhere else, there's always a group of drunk Irish lads who will start singing raw tunes at you.
100%. No,
Yeah.
you ever see that one video where like what is it? They're like going to like the Ireland World Cup. No, the World's Cup and Ireland's playing, and then like
Yeah.
there's a flight attendant, and she's just showing them how to use the seatbelt, and the whole fucking plane is just like, oh, and the lady can't finish it. Like she's at the. Never saw that.
No.
Well, I figured out what we're gonna do for 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know how to set that up. No, but like they will just make a party out of anything, and I fucking love them for that.
That's true. They make a party out of the IAA.
They make a party. They made 5 parties out of the
5
IRA. If
parties
what
out
you
of the
say is
IRA.
true, they made
Yeah.
5 parties out of them.
If what I say is true.
I mean, I don't know.
is
I'm not gonna take your word for it.
All right, people in the crowd, hope you enjoyed this podcast about
Bruh.
Ireland.
All we do is talk about Ireland in consideration. Bah, bah.
This goes out to Michael Collins and the dogs.
Michael Collins, it is.
Shout out Michael Coo Collins.
He killed his brother.
Oh, we teased this earlier. We should do this before we wrap up. What's your favorite place name in Ireland, except Kilbrittain?
Oh shit, that was gonna
Can't
be
say
it though.
Kilbrittain.
Honorable mention is y'all because it sounds like y'all. Favorite place name. I think there's a number of them. Louth.
Louth.
I've never heard
Is
a
it-
word even
is it
close to
Louth?
that. Louth. It just sounds like you have a tongue too big for your mouth.
Somehow I feel like
Louth?
that's how you pronounce it.
That sounds like Arnold
I
Schwarzenegger
don't
named
think
that
that's
place.
how you pronounce it at all.
That's how I read it. That's what it is.
Wow.
Oh, Meath somehow Mead.
Meave.
I don't, yeah, TH, but somehow a D. I like how you guys just took those letters and just. I know they're based in Gaelga, but you just fuck around with them.
I like Dingle and I like Ringaskiddy.
Ringaskiddy is a fun one.
Ringaskiddy is a good one.
Ringaskiddy.
Yeah,
Oh, that one just rolls off the tongue.
Ringaskiddy. Ringaskiddy.
That sounds like festive. Oh, Christmas and
It's
Ringaskiddy.
like a Pokemon.
Ringaskiddy, I choose you, go.
Ringaskiddy.
Kill Britain, I choose you, go. It's just Michael Collins.
Hello?
Michael Collins just comes out of the Pokeball just ready to fucking go.
Hello.
Hello.
Why
Kill
is
Brit-
Michael Collins British? I don't know, but he is.
Yeah.
Hello.
He's a double agent.
Hello. We should kick out these Brits.
Hey,
Innit?
we should kick. Wait, you guys give us most of our country back. We want most of it.
Hello. Aye.
This is my Michael Collins impression. Hey, knock it off.
Why is he Australian?
I don't know.
Why is he fucking Australian?
Hey, knock it off.
Knock
Hey,
it off.
Hey, cut it out. That's basically.
He was hot though.
Oh, he was a stud. He was tall too.
Stud, dude.
He was tall when everyone was
Stud.
like 5'4". He was 6'2" or some shit like that.
At least that's what he said. He might have lied.
That statue is pretty convincing.
That's true. Yeah,
Those three statues are pretty
gigantic. That
Those
statue.
3 statues are pretty convincing.
Yeah. Hey, England,
I wonder if
cut it out.
hey, knock it off.
Knock it off.
That's bad. We just summed up the Irish Civil War for new listeners. For new
You
to
can
people.
have 6 counties and not one more.
That's it. Hey,
Not a
we
single
want the whole country.
one
We
more.
want 32. We want 32, 31. No, 26 counties. But wait, was that right? I don't know. How many counties are
I
there?
don't give a shit. I
I
don't
don't know. 38 or is it 32? 38 altogether.
32.
32,
It's
and then but we
I
got
don't know
26.
where you're looking. We don't have anybody else there.
I'm just going to my astral self
yeah,
for
you're
greater
astral
knowledge.
projecting. Yeah. You can have 6, but not a single one more.
I tell you what, you get to where it's really, really cold. You can have those really cold and miserable places.
Hey, you can't have Ireland. But what about Belfast? I can give you Belfast. Hey. You can have Derry. Hey, if you knock it off.
Knowing full well that England is lactose intolerant, we'll give them dairy.
If you knock it off, I'll even throw in Armagh.
Armagh. Well, here, you can take Armagh. all the things that Irish people are just like, you can have Armagh. She's fucking won't shut up.
You could even have Tyrone, and that's a county in Ireland, not a black man in America.
That's a weird thing. That's a weird. I don't know what came first, or if there's some sort of correlation, or is that just like parallel thinking? But who would have thought like Tyrone, and also Tyrone. Fuck, man.
I think that we should list what we don't like about Ireland, and then we should get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Number 1, the people. No, what I don't like about the Windsors. Like, as a Canadian, I'm gonna tell you the Windsors here. I would prefer the Canadian Windsors where it's like negative, like 30 with dry, than the wet Windsors here. That shit just gives me pneumonia.
The weather is clearly terrible. Everybody.
You said what we hated. That's the first thing that came.
The weather is fucking terrible. It's trash.
Yeah.
Weather's trash. Hey, knock it off.
And then in summer, it's just kind of like, here is skin cancer.
Well, yeah, it's like a week of intense sunlight, and then that goes away for the rest of the year. It's fucking stupid.
I do like how it's like
so
you can tell
fucking dumb.
I like how if you were inside, you could tell like how that summer is coming by, just like seeing how many fucking like red shoulders and faces. It's like almost
Dude,
immediately like it just lights up.
The fucking notions of Irish people in the summer. The notions.
The notions.
You're like, there'll be sun out for 2 days, and you see fellas walking out without shirts in town.
Notions is one thing I do like about Irish people.
Notions, man.
I also like the funny phrases where they say like, "Come here to me, go away."
Go away.
Like, which one is it? So I'm gonna stay right here.
Come here to me means I don't know, but go away means
come here. You're already
don't
right
go
there.
away.
Like, what you want closer? Like, come here.
And I when you ask someone to do something, like if you go like, Dan, do the dishes, and that person says, I will, yeah. That means they absolutely will not do it.
That's a double positive,
Yeah, they
which
will
means
never
a
do
negative.
that. Yeah.
Oh, my favorite is you know yourself. Like, Do I?
Do I know
Fuck, that's a
myself? I
big
don't
one. That's a
know.
deep one. I don't actually know if I know
don't
myself.
know anything about
I
myself.
was gonna look out the window stoically, like, do I know myself?
Do I know myself?
I don't know.
I don't.
What if like that's how you answer it? You know yourself. I don't. You start to cry, like.
Do you have a favorite Irish accent?
A bit biased. The Cork one is cool.
Kid.
Yeah, Waterford.
So what the fuck was that?
Waterford. Like I heard it. I heard it described.
I heard it. Dude. That was terrible.
No. I heard it described before. I can't actually do it. I'm terrible at the accents. But like Waterford, it's like
What
very
the
like
fuck is
drawn
that?
out.
Can you do that
It's
again?
subtle. It's subtle. It's like
Do that
Waterford. Waterford.
Waterford.
Yeah.
You
Like,
sound like a character from the Sesame Street, dude.
well, then have I got a
You
county
sound
for
like
you?
motherfucking
Have I
Big
got-
Bird, dude.
Waterford. Oh, I gotta go for Waterford. I'm telling you though, like different counties have different sounds. Like that was like I was wondering like what's going on with this accent, and I was like, oh, it's just like they kind of have like a deep sort of Waterford. They draw out like the A's or something like
Alright,
that.
the more you do it, the worse it's getting. So let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Waterford.
So your favorite,
Dungarvan.
your favorite is you're South American now. Dungarvan.
Yeah.
Your favorite is Cork, and I think my favorite is probably North Dublin. Yeah.
What about it?
It's good. It's good.
It's got an edge.
Story, bud.
It's got an edge to it.
Yeah, it's good, man.
You like some Cork?
Ireland's full. Set the fucking Lewis on fire. I don't know how to do the accent.
You just describe them as a
I
culture.
just describe us what they do. Yeah. Let's steal a bike.
Steal. Oh man. Well, I think that's it. I think we kind of summed up our cumulative knowledge of
My
Ireland.
favorite Irish accent is when Leo Varadkar goes,
Well, I like Simon Harris where he's just like,
so they think,
you ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen that.
You think this party's worn out? You ain't seen nothing yet. You're just gonna fall asleep right there.
I think that's our facet. Ireland's pretty class. I think this is going to be one of the most heavily edited episodes we've ever done. We're gonna cut a lot of this out. Like maybe the bit where we talk about Passion of the Christ. I'll probably cut that out. That was a bit out of nowhere.
How about the 9/11 thing? That was pretty left field.
Pretty left field.
Oh,
Left field.
Dan, you are so hilarious. I'm not even gonna. I can't even laugh right now. That's how funny that is.
So, anyways, I'd say if you want to learn about Ireland,
All you have to do.
all you have to do is just give it a go.